Everybody, Jonathan and Dave bringing you Financial Fitness Friday. Dave, how's it going, my man?
Brother, it is going well. How are you, pal?
Good. So
Awesome.
we've been talking a lot about budgeting, about certain current events and what's going on. But let's today I wanted to kind of focus on credit because personally I think credit is very, very important. If you do not have credit, it's very hard to get what you need, right? So it's hard to get a house. You're not going to pay for a house cash. Hard to buy a car. Any car you do buy is going to be way more expensive because you're going to finance it. You're not going to get the type of rates that you want. And if you operate a business, I think credit is vital because that's what's going to allow you to borrow to grow and scale. I mean, that's what I do every day. So this is really, really important. What I want to do is I want Dave to give you a couple tips on credit, and then I'll give you some things to do and things never to do when you're going through the application process. So, Dave, let's get some decent pointers out.
Yeah, man. Let's start with it. And the crazy thing is too, from you and I collaborating on a lot of stuff, we see even a lot of business owners just make some of these basic mistakes, right? When coming in. But let's keep it real too. Like nobody talks about it. It's not really taught. It's kind of like another unicorn item. There's a lot of assumptions on certain things too, but let- let's take it very basic. Number one, check it. Right. I think that's the simple thing that we overlook.
Yeah.
And I take this for granted, man, because dude, there's so many people that don't know how to check it, who to trust, what to trust. You could go directly to all three bureaus realistically. Yes, these marketing sites are okay because that's exactly what they are. They're marketing sites, Credit Karma and so forth. They're there to market products. Um, go
And
directly. Go ahead.
like Credit Karma is off.
Well, it's on a Vantage scoring system. It's not that it's off, it's not used in the financial world, right? You're comparing 5 pieces of data with FICO compared to 6 pieces of data with Vantage. And
Mhm.
again, that's that gray area with Credit Karma because they use that system to quote unquote pre-qualify, which that's what they're in hot water for with a class action lawsuit. You're guaranteed approved. They use that favorite word. And guess what? People were getting dequalled left and right for credit cards and other services. Um, just check it. You could go direct to Experian. You could go to direct to TransUnion. You could go direct to Equifax. You can still use, believe it or not, freeannualcreditreport.com. And since COVID, I'm pretty sure you could still get one weekly. You don't need to get one weekly because the data doesn't update unless it's every 30 days. Yes, there's reporting dates through certain creditors and when it hits, but you might as well just wait every month to take a look at it. It's not really going to change much. Take a look, see what's on there. Look for, get rid of old information too. I think a lot of people overlook that. They have old addresses on there that are irrelevant. Um, Old job history that doesn't mean anything. And a lot of times, because of errors, if there is an error on some type of an account, that old address that's irrelevant, that could be the difference of getting it removed or not based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So clean that stuff up. And the only reason that stuff is on there, that means you applied for some type of credit under that address, under that current job that you had. Okay. So that's the only reason that it makes it on there. But first and foremost, take a look, see what's on there. Second, pay your shit on time. That's today I'm going to talk about controllables. That is the one thing that you can pay, or I'm sorry, that you can control is paying your stuff on time. There's this fallacy that even if you're late, right, but you still pay it, if it's a week or two late, that's okay. And that's not okay. Yes, you can push that 30-day rolling payment if you want before it reports and run that risk, but just pay it on time because it's a habit. You create that habit to pay it on time. Use auto pay, right? And keep an eye on that stuff too. You should be getting
Well,
email alerts.
hold on.
I know your auto pay story.
I don't like auto pay. Okay. So as you get a little bit bigger or when you have a lot of different accounts,
Yeah.
is auto pay useful? Absolutely. However, auto pay without actually coming in and behind and checking behind it
Mhm.
is very, very dangerous. If you think things are on auto pay, things can come off of auto pay or stop. I've had this happen to friends with mortgages. I've had it happen with people with cars. I It's great to have it on auto pay. I'm going to tell you, you have to check it. because it could really come back and bite you in the ass. Dave? Oh, Dave's frozen. So let's keep this going on. A couple big and important things that to help with your credit journey, right? Number one, when you're, check your auto pay all the time. Two, if you know you're going to be applying for any type of financing and you want to boost your credit as high as possible, pay down all your cards, okay? And pay them by the statement date, not the due date. Okay, so pay them a little early, make sure they report. And then one of the things that I see, and a common mistake, do not apply for financing when you're applying for financing. And here's what I mean. Like if you know you're going to go out and apply for an SBA loan, or you know you're going to get a car loan, or you know you're going to get a mortgage, don't apply prior or try to get multiple things financed at once. Because if somebody takes your credit and does a whole bunch of hard pulls, it happens all the time at dealerships. Okay, if you don't work with the right lenders, it'll happen there too. What typically happens is they keep running your credit score and they do hard pulls, not soft pulls. Like we do soft pulls, so it doesn't impact your credit. But enough hard pulls, it's usually, I think, 2 to 3 points hit for each hard pull. So just be aware of that and be careful and don't do anything too over the top or too crazy that could hurt your credit score and ruin your chances of getting approved. Right? What is it for a hard pull? It's 3 points, 2 points.
It depends, man. It's really if you already have a lot of stuff established, it's not going to ding you that bad, and it's very temporarily. I think more or less the big thing is how many of them do you have in a row. That's what generates the biggest risk factor. Is hey, well, you just had 3 inquiries in a month. That's a little risky. I don't care how good your credit score is. Sometimes it could be 5 or 10 points. Sometimes it could be 20. You go to a car dealership and they shotgun pull you, it could be 75, so it all depends on how many times, how frequent. But again, it's that risk factor. And did you know that that's the only thing that the credit bureaus actually control themselves is the inquiries, because that inquiry goes through them. All the other data that they're getting from the creditors, it's technically coming from other data companies. So it's not even, that shit's not even reported to them directly. It's coming from LexisNexis, SageStream, Innovis, CoreLogic. Is coming from other places. But the inquiries are the only thing that gets reported directly to them. They're that barrier of entry.
Got it. All right, you muted yourself. You good?
Yeah, I got my little man here.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's very important. And guys, like there's other data companies you might want to check too. LexisNexis is probably the biggest one. There's a lot of stuff on there that's not reported onto the credit bureaus. But as Jonathan was saying, sorry for the technical difficulty before, but welcome to chaos. The day before school. I got both of them today. But no, like it's important to, keep an eye on this stuff, pay your stuff on time, get those debts down. If you're not going for financing, I know you were talking about, bunching everything up before. Come here. Come here, you.
Hi.
Thanks.
Shh. Okay. Go play with Dom.
No.
Okay. You can hang out here. So the most important thing too, I think if you're not getting for financing, it's okay to get another credit card every once in a while. You're adding to those limits. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when you're extending those limits, you're creating some leverage. So if you do need $10,000 for whatever reason right away, and if that's only 10% of your credit utilization, what if you dump that down to 5% of utilization? Okay, come on.
I need your help.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up today. All right, but a couple other things I wanted to touch on really quick with credit. Credit is a tool. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you scale if you use it properly. If you abuse it or you don't use it the right way, it is definitely going to set you back. It's arguably one of the biggest things I notice and I see with all different types of entrepreneurs. Okay, the ones that have their personal and their business credit strong, they're able to grow a lot faster. They're able to get money a lot cheaper. Okay. And they're able to get any program they want versus business owners that have kind of let their credit just do what it will. All right. This is something you want to plan out. It's something that you want to have and be in the best position possible because it allows you to have flexibility. It allows you more choices and it allows you to go out and accomplish things that other people just aren't able to do. All right. So please make sure you guys are always monitoring your credit. And if you guys need help, you need to improve your credit, reach out to Dave. He's a pro. His whole team is very, very good. Get your credit up and then, grow from there.
I'll add one more thing. Guys, those of you that are in business too, you got to make sure that personal credit is good. You're going to have a... So, yeah, we'll talk on the next time.
All right, guys. Have a great one.